Well, WCW killed all my desire to be a wrestler, made me hate wrestling, and everyone else hated it too. They were just treated like shit, like all the attorneys and the production assistants and shit, they all hated the wrestlers. WWE, they treat you so good. Um, like we did some signing somewhere. One of our first days with WWE, and we came back. Everybody that worked for the company came up to me and thanked me. Hey Perry, thank you for doing that signing today, because they treat the wrestlers like the attorney in WCW hated the wrestlers. And she would say that we were all overpaid, out of work bouncers and stuff. She couldn't stand how much money we made. And the production guy, like if we have our own promotion guys, every place does. And so if we go to a town and Alan, I can't remember his last name. He was one of the WCW guys, and we'd tell him, hey, why don't you call ahead to like Liquids in Miami or somewhere we are going and get us on the VIP so we can get right in tonight. They'd never do it. And finally, me and Disco ended up doing it all the time. But then them fuckers would try to join in with us and get in with us. And like, so after that, like there's a club in Memphis we'd go to, and the guy wanted 5 tickets for his kids to go to the show, and he'd section off an area. He'd have all kinds of food and stuff for us, and all we had to do was get him 5 tickets. WCW would never do it for us. We had to do it. We told somebody in WWE, and that was there. They were there for them every time. We never had to worry about it. The boys are the boys everywhere, except for in ECW. There's a lot more drugs out in the open. The first time me and John went in the ECW arena, you walk in, it's a big giant room, and there's tables set up, like the tables they go through, and the boys are getting dressed at the tables. There was so much drugs sitting on the tables that John goes, "Oh, look at this! It's like a police evidence room." Because that's what it looked like. It was just everybody had the drugs just all laid out and shit. And there was just as much drugs, if not more, everywhere else. They just kayfabed them and kept them quiet. WCW was so bad that the group of guys in the middle all hated wrestling, because that's the other thing with wrestling that you have to accept, and it's never going to change. It's a two-class society. Certain guys are treated better than other guys no matter what. Wrestling became a necessary evil so I could make enough money to buy my drugs. Hated because it was just a two-class thing. None of the top guys worked the house shows, and then they would do this bullshit circular reasoning. The house shows would be down, and they'd go, see, these guys can't draw, so you can't give them a push. Though the guys who are getting the push are never on the house shows, so that's why it's down. And that's just a couple of guys like Page worked his ass off. Page worked every house show. Luger was at a bunch of house shows that I remember, Bagwell. But other than that, no one else was ever there. It was all, me and Dean and Chris and Jericho and, Chavo, group of guys, Fit Finley, William Regal. We worked all the shows. But if we're pushed as a mid-card on the TV, you can't expect us to draw as main event on the house shows. The morale was really bad. So you got a lot of poor performances from guys who were unhappy. And who knows how many nights I gave you a shitty performance. It should have been no nights, but I can't tell you for sure, because there's a lot of nights where I was so fucked up I, hardly made it to the building. And so there's so much backstabbing and shit, and the boys had too much say in what they did. WWE, Vince was boss. Whatever he said, that was it. WCW, you could tell a guy to do something and he would just go, nah, that doesn't work for me. And they'd change it. That's not a way to run business,